So in the second section of Chapter 6, we're going to learn about frequency tables. So a relative frequency is the ratio of the frequency of the category to the total frequency. Basically, we're just finding probability like we did yesterday. We're just looking at a table of data instead of just being given the numbers. So let's say, for example, I was super bored and I surveyed a bunch of students and asked them what their favorite beverage was. 8 people said that they liked iced tea, 12 people said they liked water, 15 said that they liked coffee, 14 for soda, and 3 for Red Bull. And let's say, looking at that table, I want to figure out what's the relative frequency of preference of coffee. So another way to look at that is, out of everyone surveyed, what percentage of them liked coffee? All that I do here is I take the total number that preferred coffee, or the frequency that preferred coffee, over the total number of those surveyed. So I'm going to add up the frequencies of everything. I'm going to get that this equals 52. So out of 52 students that were surveyed, 15 said they liked coffee. That's my probability. Now, I also could put this into a decimal. Sometimes that's a little bit easier to think of or to visualize. So I could say about 0.29, or 29% of students said that they preferred coffee. Let's look at one more example here. Let's say these were the grades for the last test that I gave. So 4 people got an A, 11 people got a B, 18 people got a C, 6 a D, and 3 people failed it. And let's say I want to make a probability distribution. Basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add one more column to my table, and I'm just going to find the probability for each row. So again, I need to find the total number of, in my table here. So if I add all the frequencies up, I get 42. So there's 42 total students I'm looking at. So to make my probability distribution, 4 out of 42 students got an A, 11 out of 42 students got a B, 18 out of 42 for a C, 6 out of 42 students got a D, and 3 out of 42 students failed the test. That would be how I make a probability distribution. Now, something else to just kind of focus on here is think about, especially for a test, your sample space is a grade A through an F. I can't get anything higher than an A. I can't get anything lower than an F. So if you take that test, you have to land somewhere in this chart. So as we learned yesterday, all the probabilities in your sample space should add up to 1. So if I add up all the probabilities in my probability distribution, it should add up to 1. So if I add up all these probabilities, I have 4 plus 11 plus 18 plus 6 plus 3 out of 42. What's easy about adding these all together is that since they have a common denominator, I could just add up everything on top. I would get 42 out of 42, which equals 1. So again, last thing to make a note of here is that all probability distributions, that whole column should always add up to 1. If it doesn't, there's an error somewhere.